How y'all doing? This is Devorjae's Tru7. And on this episode, I'm going to talk about the throat chakra. The throat chakra. And the throat chakra I really like is because it is all about expression, creativity, and truth seeking and truth speaking, personal truth, which all falls within creativity and being daring and speaking your mind, or everything that has to do with speaking the throat, everything within this area. Throat chakra is um, out of the basic seven set chakra in our body. It is the its importance is because it's the last chakra before you get to everything conscious, to the brow chakra and to third eye and the crown chakra. Everything above that that represents the evanescence, subconscious and conscious with the brain within the reality within thinking and all that. So, and then even when we talk about the throat chakra, its color is represented by a light blue hue. And on the color scale or the frequency scales, its frequency and its vibration is of that hue, because the higher you go within the chakras, the more lighter of understanding and lighter of thought and lighter being that you become. So the last of truth and expression, when it gets past that blue, everything above this is purple and light purple and violet and indigo. And these colors on the color spectrum, you can search this if you just search up the frequency color spectrum. These are the transcendental higher vibrations on the color scale, starting from basically the bottom going up to the top. So uh, the throat chakra, um, like I said, it goes into communication. When we think about the throat chakra, um, also the Shudra, another name for it, that goes through Hindi and Vedic scriptures and interpretation and names added onto it, going into Vishnu and all that. All that has connecting into what the throat chakra represents. It's also within the zodiac scale, represents the air quality. When you think of the air signs, air is all about communication. So if you're a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, you most likely your throat chakra supposed to basically be vibrating at its most efficient rate. And when it is, basically your self-expression, and as it goes through life, you're more comfortable, and that energy resonates very good. Even when physical characteristics with air signs and mostly Aquarius, long necks. Using the neck is the focus, and then with Gemini, it has to do with the shoulders, the throat, and the arms, all this whole area. So when it comes to your air signs, your throat chakra, if you have ruling air in your natal chart, basically your throat chakra should be pretty good active form, and even overactive. And this is the thing, depending, because again, chakras are energy orbs, which everything's is built off a base energy level. So from that energy materializing becomes certain organs, which is why where sickness even starts at is all emotional stability and how your energies are, and if they're all out of whack, that uh, basically carries over into the organ in which that orb is spinning at in the area in your body, and where it causes basically sickness or aches. For instance, if your throat chakra is out of whack and out of balance, like you're not in your correct uh, path, and you're not speaking up for yourself, and you're not you just don't express yourself right. These people, your throat chakra is closed, and keep in mind, if it's out of whack and it's closed, this is the last chakra before it gets to your head chakras, your conscious chakras. So if that's clogged up, it's hard to access high. If you're not expressing yourself the way you want to, it's harder to breach and go higher in a sense, and um, live to be closer to your higher self. your more lighter self. So if when that throat chakra is out of balance, the physical um, toll that will take on you, people have headaches, migraines, sore throat, bronchitis, because that it's all the energy orbs and the thymus glands, the glands within your throat. So if it's out of whack, those are going to get into effect, and then it's going to start shutting down things. And if you get that, that can lead into shutting down other stuff in the lower chakras. So it all everything has to be in sync. Like all your energies have to be in sync, for the best health. But even more on the throat chakra. I'm talking about throat chakra because mine's for myself, like it's me even being an Aries sun, but having Libra and air rule most of my chart. Um, I'm like I said, these people are going to work within communicational work, telemarketers, social working, public speakers, actors, marketers, radio personalities, people that are basically always talking or trying to give a message or communicate. Like pastors, preachers, and all these people, their throat chakras are open. They can express their truths, what they feel very easily, and just speak and speak and speak and go on and talk and talk and talk. Or if they're even not a don't talk all the time, they're able to deliver a message prompt and get an understanding brought through what they're trying to say. So and with going with that, usually another this within the development of the chakras, and chakras also go with the zodiac scales and everything. It's the throat chakra is the fifth chakra. It's also is represented with the air sign Gemini. So that, as I was saying earlier, all the echoes of that and the connections of the ocular science of how everything comes to being, the meaning that they put into things, and how they connect to truths, basically, of what this our world is built on, starting from our bodies to the outer world. That's what all that stuff means. What else was I was starting to say something, but I forgot what I was saying. Oh yes, I guess even if it's, for instance, my throat chakra is for the most part overactive, and within being overactive, it could you basically it's that thing when you could kind of express yourself so much that you don't. It's like it's so overactive, the flow you can't even consciously pick and choose your conversation and what you're saying. So it could get you in trouble, I guess, for the most part. But the fact is, the energy is just so is it can everything has to come in a balance at the end of the day, and having an overexertion of anything is not. I'm not going to say good or bad, but it can basically cause some type of disimbalance. And just because something is disimbalanced doesn't mean that it's not at a higher frequency or lighter outlook. It doesn't mean that it's all bad. But I guess some more to connect with that and saying what the throat chakra represents. It represents speaking and expression of self. Usually, this chakra really starts to develop within humans from age 7 to 12. And within that age scale, that's when humans, kids usually start to, you're grasping more of the world. So you're learning more. It's more, basically we become more expressive at those ages. So that entails why that resonates along with that those numbers and everything in that age. I have a little chart, kind of a little drawouts to help y'all really get it. See the human body at the base. We have seven chakras. You know, you have a root chakra. Then you have your sacral. Then you have your solar plexus. Then you have your heart. Then you have your throat. Then you have your brow. Then you have your crown. And like I was saying, your throat right there is the blue hue. It's represented by, I think, a hexagon. I think so. But and the planet it represents, you should know, would be Mercury because that's Gemini and everything. It's the challenges of the throat chakra are basically false truths, lies, and trying to differentiate what's truth from lie. So that's why people use in communications, they're involved with information and trying to get out the correct information. So that's how that resonates. But basically how you see it's up here before you get to the head. As I said, if this is spinning out of whack, that means all the stuff down here is like gonna basically echo from it and cause an effect and go bad. But everything before it comes to how you express it, to how you speak it, all those have to come through the throat chakra, and that's basically makes up what you're feeling, and then what you know, how you're expressing. It's all about expression, and then creativity, your truths, and I think I already said the type of jobs that go into it with it. There's some more information I know I can give on this throat chakra. Like I said, um, I resonate pretty well with my throat chakra. Like I said, many creatives they do because they're expressing their creative. They're not holding in their expression at all, pretty much. So I guess crystal wise. So if you're a person who wants to speak up for themselves, you just look out for blue crystals because, like I said, the throat chakra is blue. So if you find a blue crystal, it's gonna basically help out, resonate with that orb of energy, basically. So, and into a little detail to how it works. I've talked about crystals, how they work in other videos, but the fact that you have that crystal around you, and if you wear it, have it in your pocket, it's better to wear it as a necklace around your neck because then that energy orb is very close to your throat energy orb. And this is I'm going to explain crystals in this depth of way. It's just the point that on a thinking level, you already been thinking and believing that crystal is going to help you speak up for yourself, and you'll probably find yourself a lot of public places of speaking, of interacting, where you're kind of maybe forced to speak in some sense. And then it also it works in the way the metaphysical level that the energy is just spinning with and resonate with, and also on this simple base of how the crystal works within the world is that you simply wearing a blue crystal. It could be, I think this some type of amethyst and sodalite. There's so many of them, but this having these certain crystals, wearing them in a necklace near your throat, it's even a conversation starter. So that's the minute level of how crystals work, and especially having this blue one on your throat, it's a conversation sparker. So it's gonna force speaking and talking. And that's just the simple baseline thought level of how crystal works. So I guess that's a good point to hit on with crystals, and look out for blue crystals if you're trying to improve your speaking and how your expression and communication. Um, I'm gonna do other videos on the other chakras also, but mostly I guess more information for your throat chakra. Man, I think I said a lot of everything about it. The already says the fifth chakra represents truth. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it though for the throat chakra. Uh, so if you're trying to be expressive, create your art, speak your truths, get information, spit out information, look up more information on your throat chakra. You can Google this stuff. You can also go to Spirit Science. They give detailed stuff on it. Study Gemini, study the air signs, study, I mean, I mean, if you look at yourself and then be like, oh, I think I'm a communicator person. Let me start working out my throat chakra. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna bring another video later on this week, probably talking about other chakras. But thank y'all for watching. This is Tru7H Devorjae, and I'm out of here.